Welcome to the President's Diary, a weekly program where we take a look at His Excellency Dr. Muhammad Irfaan Ali's week of activities. His Excellency on Monday accepted the letters of credence from the Ambassador of Colombia to Guyana, Her Excellency Marta Cecilia Peña Perdomo. The simple ceremony was held at the office of the President on Shiv Chandra Paul Drive.
Your Excellency, I'm pleased to accept the letters of credence by which His Excellency Iván Márquez, President of the Republic of Colombia, accredits you as the Ambassador of the Republic of Colombia to the Cooperative Republic of Guyana. I congratulate you on your appointment. Please convey to His Excellency my best wishes for his personal well-being and for the continued prosperity of the people of Colombia. Guyana and Colombia share long-standing ties of friendship and cooperation. Our two countries are equally committed to consolidating democratic values and norms.
Also in attendance were Minister of Health Dr. Frank Anthony, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs Elizabeth Harper, and other government representatives. Also on Monday, President Ali accepted the letters of credence from non-resident Ambassador of Angola to Guyana.
Your accreditation presents the opportunity for a new horizon in the relationship between our two states. You will recall that this relationship was founded on shared values, particularly in support of African liberation movement. Guyana looks forward to charting a new era in relations between our two states, with greater emphasis on economic cooperation.
To give additional support to the most vulnerable in society, His Excellency announced additional relief measures to the tune of $2.6 billion. President Ali announced these relief initiatives to the nation Monday evening.
These measures are: one, a one-off grant of $25,000 to all old age pensioners, equivalent to 1 month of old age pension. This grant will benefit almost 65,000 persons and place an additional $1.6 billion of disposable income in the hands of our elderly. Secondly, a one-off grant of $25,000 to all public assistance recipients and persons with disabilities. This grant will benefit more than 25,000 persons and place more than $600 million of additional disposable income into their pockets. Thirdly, an electricity credit paid to GPL on behalf of households consuming not more than 75 kilowatt hours per month. The credit to each household will be equivalent to 1 month of their electricity bill and will inject more than $200 million of disposable income to more than 40,000 households.
President Ali reaffirmed his commitment to working with citizens in the coming months as the government continues to find ways to make citizens' lives easier, fulfilling, and satisfying. On Tuesday, President Ali delivered the feature address at the official launch of the Guyana Women's Leadership Institute Business Incubator, a Ministry of Human Services and Social Security project at Cove and John on the east coast of Demerara. The president spoke of the interventions needed to support young women in Guyana.
So we have to find that transition box and address that transition box. And this is something I think the international community, the organization need to address. We can go forever addressing women issues at different levels. But if we don't find that box of transition and address that box of transition, then we'll not solve the problem.
Meantime, President Ali labeled the protest staged in New York as deceitful and dishonest, since it was filled with lies, hate, and race baiting, but promised it would not distract him from working hard for all Guyanese. The head of state made this statement in response to questions raised by the media on the sidelines of the event. The president expressed his disappointment with the level of desperation that was evident. The president said while persons continue to fabricate stories, his job remains focused on enhancing the lives of all Guyanese.
People who should know better, who should have some amount of credibility, would find themselves enveloped in this type of behavior. And it's very concerning that you have persons who profess to have credibility enveloped in that type of behavior, calling on time's up for the government, time's up for an ambassador. Listen, well then it has to be time's up for CARICOM, time's up for the OAS, time's up for EU, time's up for all the countries and all the international bodies, the Carter Center, that supported the efforts to have a democratic environment here in Guyana and defeated the efforts of those who try to rig an election. My focus is on the people of this country, all the people. And nothing that they do or nothing that they plan would ever wean my energy or distract me from that focus of working hard every day for all the people of our country.
President Ali Tuesday afternoon ushered in Raksha Bandhan celebrations after a ceremonial Rakhi was tied on his wrist by two sisters from the Brahma Kumaris. The two sisters, Pramadoy Prasad and Elizabeth Mahadio, visited the president at the office of the president where they presented him with the Rakhi ahead of the day of celebration. Raksha Bandhan is celebrated on the full moon day of the Hindu month of Shravana during July or August and celebrates the love of a brother for his sister. On this day, sisters tie the Rakhi bands on the wrists of their brothers to protect them against negative influences. In return, sisters are presented with gifts and a promise that their brothers will protect them from harm. The president also received a courtesy call from the new CARICOM Secretary General, Dr. Carla Barnett. Dr. Barnett, who will be based in Guyana, took up her new post on Monday. She replaces former Secretary General Erwin LaRocque, who served in his position for 10 years. President Ali and Dr. Barnett had a brief discussion on the future plans and cooperation between Guyana, CARICOM, and its member states. His Excellency Tuesday evening attended a reception in honor of the President of Suriname, His Excellency Chandrika Prasad Santokhi, at the Castellani Villas on Blazingan Road and Homestretch Avenue. President Santokhi, who was on a 4-day official visit, arrived earlier Tuesday and was received by Prime Minister Brigadier Retired Honorable Mark Phillips at the Chedijakan International Airport. Along with the two presidents and their wives, several members of cabinet were present at the dinner, including the Prime Minister, Attorney General and Minister of Legal Affairs, Senior Counsel Anil Nandlal, Senior Minister within the Office of the President with responsibility for finance Dr. Ashni Singh, along with other government officials, members of the private sector and members of the visiting delegation. On Wednesday, His Excellency and President of Suriname, His Excellency Chandrika Prasad, held an official meeting at the Artichon Conference Center. President Ali said he was pleased with the fact that the representatives from both members of the Guyana and Suriname private sector were able to make initial connection. The president assured that both heads of state will continue to collaborate for economic, social upliftment and the development of the citizens from both countries. The presidents were joined by Guyana's Acting Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Dr. Frank Anthony, and Suriname's Minister of Foreign Affairs, International Business and International Cooperation, Albert Ramden. A plenum was also held by cabinet members of both countries to discuss matters of mutual interest. President Ali Wednesday afternoon received a courtesy call from the newly appointed Secretary General of the Caribbean Telecommunications Union, Rodney Taylor, at the Artichon Conference Center. Accompanying President Ali was the Foreign Secretary, Robert Prasad. The head of state informed Mr. Taylor of the government's strides to date in advancing the telecommunications sector, which includes its liberalization and the removal of VAT on data, among other measures. President Ali also emphasized that the development of the ICT sector is a priority of the government and is paramount to the country's future development. He added that the government will focus heavily on improving the digital aspects of the economy, especially as it relates to governance, health, and education.
President Ali and First Lady Mrs. Arya Ali hosted a state dinner in honor of the visiting head of state, President Chandrika Prasad Santokhi, and First Lady of Suriname, Mrs. Melissa Santokhi Sinachari. A number of cabinet members from both countries and members of the diplomatic community were in attendance.
His Excellency Thursday morning attended working breakfast with the President Santokhi at the Savannah Suite Pegasus Hotel. The event was hosted by the Private Sector Commission of Guyana. Government ministers and members of the business community from both countries were in attendance.
Later on Thursday, President Ali, along with the Surinamese head of state, hosted a joint press conference at the Architong Conference Center where numerous areas were discussed.
Among the areas discussed was the issue of agriculture. Dr. Ali said Guyana and Suriname have devised an agriculture-related strategy that would see both countries supporting each other and reaping benefits from entering the North American, European, and regional markets. President Ali stated that both countries are examining the possibilities in the poultry sector in satisfying the demands of the Caribbean community. During the joint presser, both heads of state recognized the vast potential of Guyana and Suriname's oil and gas sectors and reaffirmed their commitment to ensuring that their countries' oil and gas sectors are prudently managed.
The area of oil and gas, recognizing that both countries will be key players in the oil and gas sector, we have decided that we're going to collaborate and develop a joint approach and strategy, not only in the development of the industry itself, but in supporting the development of our human resources to meet the industry requirement.
On the side of enhancing human resource capabilities, Dr. Ali stated that Suriname's national oil company, Stasoli, will be offering on-the-job training for Guyanese. Further, President Ali said although both of these countries have a small population, they have the resources, skills, and knowledge to tap into markets across the globe. His Excellency President Irfaan Ali Friday morning bid farewell to his Surinamese counterpart, His Excellency Chandrika Prasad Santokhi, and his delegation during a farewell breakfast at the Marriott Hotel.
This has been the President's Diary, where we took a look at His Excellency Dr. Muhammad Irfaan Ali's week of activities. Thanks for watching. Join us again next week.